Hello, my crafty friends. I wanted to bring to you a new project that I just finished for a friend for a Christmas present. This paper is really about a year old. It's the Pampered Pooch collection from Heartfelt Creations. I originally saw this paper pack and saw this book made by Shelley Geigel at JS Hobbies and Crafts. She didn't have a tutorial, but I went through the pictures and I did this this mini album in a very similar fashion to what she had done. So I just want to make sure that I give her, you know, I wanted to let you know that she was the one who had designed this mini album first. So on the front of here, I used some of the paper and then also book binding on here. And the book itself is, oh, let's see what that is. It is 8.5 by 8 1/4 is the size of the album, and it's the binding is 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to get in. I'm going to show you a little bit about what I did with this book, and I hope you enjoy. So the first part is there's a spot in here to put pictures of the Maine pup, and my friend's puppy looks a lot like that, and his name is Rocco. So I'm hoping that she's going to enjoy this book quite a bit. And as you can see, it's pretty fat. I'm somewhat new to making albums. I've only done a couple of them recently. So I'm still working out some of the kinks for myself on what's too fat and what's too much, but I think overall everything turned out pretty good. So in here I have an insert, and we put some pictures in here and did some things on the back, and that just goes back into that pocket. But here also too, there's spots for pictures that can be done, and this also gets pulled out and opened here, and there can be pictures put there. I also used some glossy accents on my spots for my magnets here, and that I got from watching a YouTube channel, My Creative Spirit, and she talks about how to put your magnets in some circles and putting them back together, and I tried that out with this booklet. And then on this page I did a flip up on that, and also a flip down with some of the pictures here, and then also it has a tab right in here, and then there's spots in here for you to put your pictures on, but also you could leave it just to appreciate the paper if that's what you'd like to. But in here I did a little bit of fussy cutting and have a tag in here, and you can actually add other pictures in there as well. If you go to the next page, and there's no pockets on this one, but on this next page we put a couple of booklets in here, and just put those to the back, and another tag for here, and a spot for you to journal in here would work as well. And you can also even put pictures back here if you would like to do that for memories or for memory's sake. On this next page, this is a spot to put a photo. I wanted something a little bit plainer because the book was getting a little bit big. And here's another card to put your photos on. But also can put photos down here. You can actually even do a photo over this tag and some of that paper, unless you want to just appreciate the paper itself. And then here there's a flip over here, and nice color with the paper. And with this we have a pocket here with 2 tags in the back for you to put pictures in. And then there's a flip up here, so you can see that's just a tag there. And then there's a flip down here. But on this flip down, it also pops open from side to side, and you can put some photos in here. And then in this flip out, there's a pocket right here with a little booklet that flips up here, and then it also opens up here, and then there's some tags. Close up the book, and there's a tag tucked away in the corner. As you can see, there's lots and lots of room for photos in this booklet. When I open up, and then I open up to the next page, flip up this, can put a photo here, photo back here, photo on here, and just to really appreciate this paper here. And then with this next page, there's a big pocket with a little tag in a booklet, spot to put some photos. Wanted to give a little bit of a different type of booklet this time around. So, and then in this page, it's a pocket with a booklet inside. Oops, flip up. Did a little bit of fussy cutting here, and did some fussy cutting here, but I also took and left this page open so that you can tuck pictures underneath there as well. So tuck that back in. Oops. And then moving over to this next page, this flap flips out and this flap flips up, and there's spots to put pictures and spots to put pictures along here as well. And then this just goes back. And then onto this page, we have a page that flips down, and lots of room for all different kinds of pictures in this page. But then there's also a spot to put pictures on this fold down, and there's a tuck spot right here for this tag and tab right here. And then we've got another little booklet right in the front. Going over to this page, this is a large pocket, and I did a tag, a large tag, or I don't know, page that put photos on, and write a little bit about your memories of your best friend, your pet. And otherwise, there's even spots where you can put other photos on here, unless you want to leave that open for the paper. On this next page, I have a flip out, and this flips out twice. So go like this, and there's a tag in the pocket, and this flips back, and you can see that there's lots of room for photos on this page. And then we're getting to one of the last pages. There's a big pocket here and a tag on the back. Some of these are thicker, and I don't realize whether it's a booklet or a tag. But that one is a tag, and I've also added some of the cut-aparts here and the glossy accents on there as well. This part of this page flips up. There's a tuck spot here where you can tuck pictures in or tags. There's a large tag here, and this is left open to tuck pictures in there, and also some room for pictures on the back. And then pictures can also be added in here, and I put the papers in here because to help design where the photos can go within the book so that it makes it nicely balanced. And then flipping over to the last set of pages, this is the back of the page, and we've got on here, we've got a large area for photos right here, and then we've got an area for photos here with some tags that I put on the side of this flip out. And this other side also has spots for photos, and this is left open to put a photo underneath. You could also add a photo right in this section of the page, and if you didn't want to, you could frame, if you didn't want to leave this photo out, you could even put a photo in here and frame it in the borders that are already on here. And then on the last page, what I had decided to do was I took some of the pictures of the puppies and I made a waterfall with some of the tags and papers, and I actually took a ribbon and doubled it over and glued it underneath the papers. So then there is a spot for pictures to be put on the back side of this waterfall. And you can put photos on top of the pictures if you'd like, but it's more or less designed to fit on the back. But actually this whole part of this tag flips up so that there's room all the way down this page in order to put other photos there, or you can put photos here on this page. And when you're done with that, it just flips up and can be retied. This is seam binding that I bought off of Etsy, and I don't like all the crinkled seam binding, but so that's why I don't really do a lot of crinkling with my seam binding. And then the back of our book is right here, and I had to cut some different papers here. So in cutting the different papers, I put a border down this side, which I think really adds to the back of the book. Well, that's it for my my mini album, and like I said, don't be afraid to try and just get going. This is probably only the second one that I've fully completed, and I have 2 others that I'm going to be sharing very soon as well. But I just would encourage you to use those papers and get going, because I know the more that you get going on your projects, the better you'll become at doing your mini albums and cards and other crafts. So I'm going to say goodnight now to all you creative, crafty dreamers. Good night.